Hey guys, it's Katie, and this is My Life with Veds. I am back from the festivities of getting married. I went on wedding adventure, honeymoon adventure, and then a reception, and now I am back. Unfortunately, there was some bad news over the last couple days. We lost a couple members of our community. Jessica Westmoreland, who was only 27, and Jenae Nixon, who was 35. And anytime we lose somebody in the community, it is really incredibly difficult. Even if you've never met them in person, you usually have talked to them online or have seen them posting in groups, or you might think, like, what if something happens to me? For me, like, I exercise and I try to, have some boundaries, but I don't extremely limit myself. But anytime something happens to somebody, it also pops into my mind, like, that could have been me. Like, what if I was walking and something happened? Or what if I was exercising or doing XYZ and something happens? Like, it's always hard, especially for a couple days, for me to get back into a routine with exercise. And it's also really hard seeing the loss in the community. Like, I just want to hug everybody. I really do. I just want to hug everybody, and there's nobody here for me to hug who has vets. Like, everybody is so separated out. So we've done a really good job of creating a community. It's just really hard when we experience loss. That said, I wanted to share some resources that are available through several different organizations. So I'm just going to list them out for you. So I'll start with Marfan Foundation. The Marfan Foundation is for Marfan syndrome and related conditions, and they have a few different ways to get support because everybody deals with this differently. So they do have a YouTube webinar on grief and grieving, and I'll post a link to that here. You can watch that anytime. And then they also have a monthly phone support group on grief and loss, and they have some other support groups too, so some of the other ones might also be good for you. But I thought that one would be most relevant this week. That is on the second Thursday of every month at 5 p.m. Eastern. I'll put the link to that in here too. And then if you need any one-on-one support, Susan Leshin, who is totally awesome. She's a licensed social worker that is the director of patient and program services, and she's always available as well. So I'll put her email in here too. Okay, so the Ehlers-Danlos Society is also doing a lot of things support-wise for patients with vEDS and also mothers and fathers with vEDS. They've just launched vEDS support groups for all three of those groups. And in order to register, you have to submit the genetic confirmation of vEDS. But I'll put a link to that in the video description down there where I'm putting all of this. I'll be leading the vEDS patient support group, and that starts on September 20th at 1 p.m. Eastern. We really tried to make it so that as many different time zones could call in as possible. I know it's tricky during a work day, but hopefully a lot of you can attend if you need to or want to. And that will be, again, starting on September 20th, 1 p.m. Eastern, and that will be a recurring monthly thing that happens. They also have a call line for support and help that is in like 28 different countries or something. So I'm going to put a link to that in the description of this video as well. I'm not sure if it's 24 hours, but they will get back to you. So I'm going to go ahead and put the link to that in the description of this video. And then Annabelle's Challenge is the UK charity that does vEDS that I know of, and Jared is super awesome. Like, all of these groups are amazing groups, so I don't think you can go wrong getting help from any of them or reaching out to any of them. But Annabelle's Challenge is pretty specific to the UK, and they have both numbers for in and out of the UK, and they're 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. GMT, which I'm not sure what GMT stands for because I'm not in the UK, but whatever time zone GMT is, that's UK time. And they have those numbers on a helpline as well. So I'm going to put all of that information in the description of this video. Just know that if you don't have anybody to talk to, there are people out there to talk to. It's super hard dealing with the loss when we lose people in the vEDS community, and I think it's important not to minimize it. Like, even if you didn't know this person, it's important to be okay with grief. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to grieve. So that's it. That's all I have for today. I just love you all. I wish I could give everybody a hug. I'm sorry if you hadn't heard the news already and I gave it to you. It's really pretty rough. So I am going to go and watch a funny movie. I was thinking that I was going to watch Fifth Element or the Rocky Horror Picture Show, because both of those always make me laugh. So I hope everybody has an okay night. I hope that you have support and that you're having a really great week. And I'll talk to you guys soon.